Hi everyone, my name is Lynslo. I build in The Sims and thank you for choosing to build with me today. This one is a cafe that I made in the world for Get to Work. So this world does only have 4 lots and 3 of them already come with rentals on them already because this is the world that came with Get to Work. So the 3 already have lots and this one is on the lot that doesn't have anything. So whenever you log into your game, when you're playing and you want to download something there, you can pop in this cafe if you do have Get Together. So one reason why I really love this build is because it was a subscriber request. Like, someone has suggested a cafe that was made with the same vibe as the recreation center that I had built right when San Sequoia was made into a world for growing together. I did change it up just a little bit, that way it could fit in this world, but it's the same concept. Very modern on the outside, very cool-ish on the inside. So I think this is perfect for one of those lots where you have teenagers, or you're a young adult and you want to go to a cafe, but it's just like all of them kind of look the same in Windenburg. So this is very cool on the inside. We have a lot of color in there. Mainly it's on the industrial side, so we have some browns, greens, whites, and blacks ish, but I like the way that this turns out. A lot of the seating is on the outside. You can see right now I'm putting in some of these windows, and I love those windows that came with Eco Lifestyle. Like, what? And I love this even more because the outside, there aren't any actual doors. It's just those archways that we got with Eco Lifestyle. Like I said, if you don't know by now, Eco Lifestyle is my pack. Like, I feel like they created that pack for me and I must use it in every build. Even if I feel like I must not use it in every build, consciously, subconsciously, I'm using it. I don't even have to think about it because I know whatever I'm looking for, Eco Lifestyle has it. But that's enough of my Eco Lifestyle rambling because I'm pretty sure I do it in every build. So as we look here, I'm just putting in some of these windows. I'm really not sure how I want them to be, but because we are on the modern side, I did want to use some of the windows that came with the Moschino stuff pack. And a few of the features that we have in here are 3 bathrooms. One of the bathrooms is like a family style where you can change your infant, and then I have an employee break room, and then there's also the office for either the owner or manager or whatever your gameplay is. Really feel that out, and I feel like this is perfect because it's like a real cafe. The only difference is that there isn't like a stock room, but I do feel like with the space that the workers have, there's more than enough space for them to store what they need. Also, with them being in the world that came with Get to Work, I would assume that they get shipments every week or every day. So there's no reason for them to stock up on some of their products. And I feel like this cafe prides themselves on everything being fresh and done. So there's absolutely no reason for them to have storage here. And I will stand by that. After building this, I definitely feel like I could do more of these community lots, but I feel like they're just so haunting, honestly, because you can take them so many different ways and they don't need all of the things that I would need in a traditional home. So I don't know, should I continue to make these? As you can see, we are steadily working on the outside of this. I definitely thought that this would be more on the modern clean side, but this is more on the side of modern and rougher material on the outside. And I kind of like the way that this looks. I like the idea of this because it really alludes to the fact that this cafe probably has some character to it. Like, there is some outside seating area on both sides, and there ends up being a trash can kind of gate on the outside in the back, but it's tucked away so none of the customers can see, and I like that. So now that you know that there is a lot of seating outside, I do have to go in and figure out what that seating is going to look like. So I do end up using some different chairs and different tables depending on the section. So everything in this section is the complete same. Everything in the other section is the complete same, but all of the sections on the roof are different. And I was able to block them off using the gate that you see here now. I think it's definitely on the mix and match kind of vibe there, but I think it goes perfectly with it because as soon as you go upstairs or on the roof, like, it's a completely different vibe. Not really, but it's a different vibe because it's on a roof and you can kind of see what's going on in the rest of the world. And I feel like it's just a great contrast, and it builds on this cafe experience that I wanted to, because I want it to be like, oh my gosh, this is a traditional cafe, like, and it's not, because I took inspiration from what I would want to see in a cafe, but I'm not really sure if I've seen this before as much. I felt it was only right to use this garage door that I saw from City Living. I've never actually seen this mural before. I've seen the garage door, but not that. And I had to use it. In that corner, everything is really based around that mural, and I had to use it. I could not use it. And I go around and I use a little gate here, and I love this concept because both in here and in the employees door or room, that door, you can allow it to only be employees. And I feel like that is great for gameplay, because how many times have I tried to make something only for employees and then I forgot to, change it so that only employees could go through? Like, it was a hassle. So if you're going to download this, if you want to download any cafe from anyone and they have doors that are only for employees, make sure you do that, because you're going to start playing the game and it's going to really mess with you. And yes, of course, I am definitely speaking from experience, but you can see what is coming together. So that entire space that you see right there that's cut off by the fence, that is where all the employees will be. And then I was debating, were these the couches that I wanted to use? And the answer was no. I ended up using the one that came with werewolves, and I love that so much. I added another one, so it's like a L-shaped couch, and then I used some of the individual chair poofs. I don't really know, they're kind of like pillows, so I end up using those, and just in the brown, tan, green kind of vibe there. And I absolutely love the way that this turns out. This is probably my favorite section in this entire build because it has so much going on. Like, then I realized that I could size down one of the end tables and put it under it, kind of like an additional area to play more games and do more things. So I wanted to lean into that. I do add some of the puzzles that we got with Growing Together, and then some small decorations around. Like, this is a real life cafe, and I could see it coming together at this point, and I really couldn't stop working on it because the possibilities from what I just saw in that small section over there was just going to be amazing. So the chairs over here in this corner end up being green, but the seating area next to this divider is white, and I feel like it flows. And you can see I add in the floors. Like, that floor just worked with it. Like, I feel like it's a complete 180 from the time that you look at the entire cafe from the outside to the inside, but once you're in, it's like I would not be able to leave this place because it just looks like a cafe that I would want to be in. Now, I may be a little bit delulu, like I might be delusional with this one because I made it, but this is definitely one that I'm a bit proud of. I think I enjoyed just the process of thinking about this and, would workers be able to function in this? Like, does this look like something that Sims can actually play in and we can actually play in? And I think it does. Like, I end up changing this bookcase to be the ones that we got with Growing Together as well, and I add some more books in it, and I change it up and end up using that trash can. And I think this corner definitely works for it, especially with the exposed piping that we got with, I think, Get to Work. It could be Get to Work. I think this one is. So I got that, and then of course I had to add some more books because it literally looks like I put identical bookshelves and identical books in that bookshelf, and I couldn't I couldn't live like that. So I end up changing those around, and I like this small little section. I know I said it already, but I do. And so as we wrap up working on the inside, this is exactly when I had the idea of creating a rooftop area space, and this is when it started. I wanted to have, just a staircase going up, and that's where you see that I'm trying to play with some of the stairs. Then I start playing with some of the platforms, but it doesn't end up looking like the way that I want. So this is the design that I go with. And you can see it's kind of 2 platforms right now, but I do pull it down because I add some big boxes of plants right there and a small bench. And then your Sims are able to walk up another set of stairs and go to the rooftop, as you can see here. And I absolutely love the idea of having 2 sets of staircases here. Like, if it's raining, of course your Sims are not going to want to be outside. They're not going to want to do this. But if it's a nice day, if it's a nice evening and the cafe is open, like let's say they're doing like one of those specials where it's like late night cafe kind of thing, like this would be perfect, and the weather is nice. Like, if you want to, if you have the movie hangout stuff pack, you could make this like a movie night kind of thing. Like, the possibilities are really endless when it comes to this build, and I love it. But if I'm being honest with you, when I first started out with this, I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, what could I do? There's so much space up here, and that's when I got the idea to do sections. And as you can see, it's coming through. So the first section that you see are those benches over to the right. Then I use some of the outdoor seat couches that you see here, and then there's a small fire pit. And then I start moving into the other sections, like what could those look like, and I go for picnic tables. Then I use some of the furniture that came with Dream Home Decorator, and then I added some decorations around that. I love that U-shaped couch. I feel like that is so communal, like it's so inviting. I change all of these to black, and then I add a few decorations similar to what I did in the other couches with, just adding a few of those singular seats there, especially because you can see that it's really starting to follow the entire vibe that you see inside with that green. Then you can see here that I'm starting to think about the mix and match vibe that I want that section to be. Can you see that I was a little bit lost trying to figure this out? But in the end, I like the way that it looks. I ended up going for 3 tables, 2 have 2 chairs and 1 only has 1. And then I had to go back because I was like, those benches are not going to fill up those spaces, and it didn't, so I had to add 2 more. And then I went back down and realized that as soon as you walked in, there wasn't anything there, so I added those magazines, a small bench, and then I needed some kind of rope to show how all of the Sims are going to come to the front of the line. Like, it can't just be a big bunch of people. Like, that's not very cafe like, and I want to make it as real as possible, so that is what I went with. And then I added some of these cabinets here, and then we have the bathrooms and the employee rooms that I end up working on. And I absolutely love this employee room. Like, I love the couch more though. Can I emphasize that I love the couch more? And the only reason I say that is because this only has a few things. It has some lockers, a schedule board, quote unquote, because we don't really know what that is, but I took it as a schedule board, a couch, and a lamp. So it's not that much in there. I think I added a few more things to the office here. There's like some manila folders there, and it just feels like more of an office, really. Like, it's not that special, but I did end up putting all of the lights in the office, so it is a little bit more realistic. Like, all of the lights are in there, no one can really touch anything else. As we move into the bathrooms, they're all pretty similar, like I've mentioned. It's just one of the bathrooms does have the infant changing table in case you do want to bring your little ones. I like the entire concept of this. If you like this, by the end of the video, like the video, please. Also subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell. That way you can be notified whenever I post new videos. I am so excited to be able to do this and, share my builds with you all. I'm definitely not the best builder, but I am trying, and I enjoy knowing that you all enjoy what I'm doing. So all of that, liking, subscribing, commenting, lets me know that you like it, and you know that I should keep doing it because I'm enjoying myself, and I want you all to, enjoy it too, because I like being able to build in The Sims and showcase it for you all. With that, we are going to go right into screenshots. I'm not going to hold you up any longer because we are at the end of the building process. I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.